The unseen power of integrity and fate. Have you ever wondered if honesty truly pays off in the end, or if there's a higher power guiding our destinies? The story of Wei Yuanzhang, a steadfast official in ancient China, might just hold the answers. In a world where cunning minds often seem to have the upper hand, this tale reveals the ultimate triumph of integrity and the mysterious ways of fate. Join us as we dive into this captivating narrative of resilience, justice, and the inescapable power of destiny. Destiny is truly mysterious and cannot be outsmarted. Those who uphold their principles with perseverance might not seek rewards, yet fate often fulfills their deepest desires. Conversely, the cunning might try to escape their due punishment, but fate takes away their wisdom in their flight, leaving them powerless. This shows that the profound mysteries of fate govern and guide us, making mere human intelligence seem insignificant in comparison. During the reign of Empress Wu Zetian, there was an official named Wei Yuanzhang who was known for his honesty and integrity. He distanced himself from flatterers and sycophants. However, he was falsely accused of plotting a rebellion, leading to his imprisonment. The cruel interrogator, Hao Sijui, tried to force him to confess using severe torture. Despite the brutal treatment, Wei Yuanzhang refused to admit any guilt, further infuriating Hao Sijui. In his rage, Hao Sijui ordered his men to drag Wei Yuanzhang across the ground, causing his face to bleed terribly. But Wei Yuanzhang did not yield and continued to berate Hao Sijui. Unable to contain his anger, Hao Sijui intensified the punishment, dragging him over a rocky and bloody path. Wei Yuanzhang sternly warned Hao Sijui, saying, "The net of heaven is vast and inescapable. You will face divine retribution for your cruel actions." Eventually, Hao Sijui had to report to the imperial court that there was no evidence for Wei Yuanzhang's alleged conspiracy, leading to his demotion and exile far from the capital. Hao Sijui himself was later dismissed by Empress Wu Zetian for his cruelty. This story reminds us that man's plans are no match for those of heaven, and questions whether mere cleverness is worthy of respect compared to the true talent and integrity shown by Wei Yuanzhang. Conclusion. The story of Wei Yuanzhang serves as a timeless reminder of the power of integrity and the mysterious workings of fate. Despite facing immense hardship and cruelty, Wei Yuanzhang's unwavering commitment to his principles ultimately led to his vindication. His story is a testament to the idea that true strength lies not in clever schemes, but in steadfast character and honesty. Wei Yuanzhang's resilience in the face of brutal torture and false accusations is inspiring. He refused to betray his values even when it seemed that all was lost. His determination and courage remind us that maintaining one's integrity, even in the darkest of times, is a noble and powerful choice. It's a lesson that resonates across cultures and eras, emphasizing that integrity is a universal virtue that stands the test of time. On the other hand, Hao Sijui's downfall illustrates the inevitable consequences of cruelty and deceit. His attempts to manipulate and oppress ultimately led to his own dismissal and disgrace. This aspect of the story underscores the belief that no matter how cunning one might be, they cannot escape the reach of fate or divine justice. It's a powerful reminder that actions rooted in malice and dishonesty are doomed to fail in the long run. The profound message here is clear. While human intelligence and cleverness may offer temporary advantages, they are no match for the enduring power of integrity and the mysterious forces that govern our lives. This story encourages us to reflect on our own values and the choices we make, reminding us that true success and respect come from living a life of honesty and principle. In today's fast-paced world where the temptation to cut corners and act deceitfully is ever present, Wei Yuanzhang's story stands as a beacon of hope and a call to uphold our integrity. It reassures us that, ultimately, good prevails and fate rewards those who remain true to their principles. 2. The Flames of Power, a tale of deception and downfall. Imagine having everything at your fingertips: wealth, power, and influence. Now picture losing it all because of one careless mistake. This is the story of King Zhou of Shang, a ruler whose misuse of power and constant deceit led to his tragic end. Curious to know how one man's desire to make a woman smile brought down an entire dynasty? Let's delve into this gripping tale of deception and downfall. People who grow up in wealthy and powerful families often have desires as intense as a blazing fire, and their power flickers like flames on their bodies. Even if the flames of desire and power do not consume others, they will eventually burn and harm themselves. During the Zhou dynasty, there was a cruel and corrupt king named King Zhou of Shang. He had a beautiful concubine named Bao Si, who never smiled. To make her smile, King Zhou devised a plan to set fire to the territories of his vassals. One evening at dusk, he took Bao Si to the top of the city gate tower and ordered fires to be lit in all directions. The neighboring vassals saw the fires and thought they were being attacked by a Western tribe. They rushed their troops to help, but when they arrived and saw the bright lights and festive atmosphere on the tower, they realized it was just a senseless joke by King Zhou to make Bao Si smile. The vassals were furious but dared not express it, and they reluctantly withdrew their forces. Bao Si finally gave a faint smile when she saw the situation. However, not long after, the Western tribe really did invade, and despite the fires, no one came to help because the vassals thought King Zhou was just repeating his joke. As a result, the capital of Western Zhou was captured, and King Zhou was killed. King Zhou's misuse of power led to the downfall of his dynasty. Conclusion: the story of King Zhou of Shang serves as a powerful reminder of the perils of misusing power and the consequences of deceit. King Zhou, blinded by his desire to please his concubine Bao Si, orchestrated a cruel joke that involved setting fake fires to alarm his vassals. His plan succeeded in making Bao Si smile, but it also sowed the seeds of mistrust and resentment among his allies. This act of deception might have seemed trivial at the moment, but it had far-reaching consequences that King Zhou failed to foresee. When the real threat of invasion came, the vassals, thinking it was another false alarm, did not come to King Zhou's aid. The capital fell, and King Zhou met his demise. This tragic end highlights a crucial lesson. Trust and credibility are hard-earned but easily lost. King Zhou's actions eroded the trust his vassals had in him, ultimately leading to his downfall. This story is not just a cautionary tale for rulers and those in positions of power. It applies to everyone. Misusing power, whether in a political, professional, or personal context, can lead to isolation and ruin. People are naturally drawn to those who are trustworthy and honest. Conversely, deceit and manipulation push people away and destroy relationships. Moreover, the story underscores the importance of understanding the impact of our actions on others. King Zhou's desire to make Bao Si smile was selfish and reckless, disregarding the feelings and efforts of his vassals. This lack of empathy and foresight was his undoing. In today's world, where trust is a valuable currency, this ancient story is more relevant than ever. It reminds us that the way we use our power and the honesty with which we conduct ourselves can significantly impact our success and legacy. Let King Zhou's downfall be a lesson for us all to lead with integrity, empathy, and respect for those who support us.
If you like this video, please comment 1. And if you don't, comment 2. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time.
3. The hidden strength in hardship and the dangers of prosperity. Ever wondered why some people thrive in adversity while others crumble in prosperity? The story of Cao Shuaiqin, a famous Qing dynasty scholar, holds the answers. From living a life of luxury to facing the harsh realities of poverty, his journey reveals powerful lessons about resilience and the hidden pitfalls of success. Join us as we uncover how hardship can fuel greatness and why prosperity might be more perilous than it seems. Discover how Cao Shuaiqin's incredible life story offers timeless wisdom for our own lives. When facing adversity, people often resort to traditional remedies like medicine and acupuncture, always correcting their mistakes and refining their character. However, in times of prosperity, despite potential dangers being as numerous as swords around them, people often fail to see these threats, gradually eroding their willpower and becoming completely unaware. The famous Qing dynasty scholar Cao Shuaiqin, originally named John and also known as Shuaiqin, was known for his generous nature and fondness for drinking. He was also a man of many talents, skilled in poetry and painting. Born into a privileged family, Cao Shuaiqin spent his early years in luxury. Later, his family fell out of favor and lost their wealth, plunging him into poverty. However, this hardship did not defeat him. Instead, it provided him an opportunity to enjoy the pleasures of a simpler life, close to nature and peace. Every morning he would practice swordsmanship in the forest, then return home to write at his old desk, surrounded by familiar characters that inspired him to write continuously. He always carried pen and paper with him and would write down any scenario that struck him as worth including in his books. This relentless dedication led Cao Shuaiqin to complete his famous novel, Dream of the Red Chamber, a timeless masterpiece of Chinese literature. Conclusion: Cao Shuaiqin's life story is a powerful testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the deceptive nature of prosperity. When his family fell from grace and wealth, he could have easily given up. Instead, he chose to embrace the simplicity of his new life, finding solace and inspiration in nature. This shift allowed him to discover his true potential and create one of the greatest masterpieces of Chinese literature, Dream of the Red Chamber. His story reminds us that adversity, while challenging, often brings out the best in us. It forces us to grow, adapt, and become stronger. Cao Shuaiqin's dedication to his craft, even in the face of poverty, shows that true passion and perseverance can overcome any obstacle. On the other hand, his life also serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of prosperity. When people are surrounded by wealth and comfort, they can become complacent, losing their edge and awareness of potential threats. This complacency can slowly erode their character and willpower, making them vulnerable to unforeseen challenges. Cao Shuaiqin's early years in luxury did not define him. It was the hardships he faced later that truly shaped his character and legacy. His story encourages us to remain vigilant and humble, even during times of success. It is a reminder to continuously work on ourselves, stay grounded, and never lose sight of the bigger picture. By doing so, we can avoid the pitfalls of complacency and maintain the resilience needed to navigate life's ups and downs. In conclusion, Cao Shuaiqin's journey from wealth to poverty and eventual triumph through hardship offers timeless lessons. It teaches us the value of resilience in adversity and the importance of staying grounded in prosperity. His life is a beacon of hope and wisdom, urging us to embrace challenges and remain vigilant in success so we can lead a fulfilling and impactful life. 4. The unexpected rewards of kindness and loyalty. Have you ever wondered if a single act of kindness could change your life in ways you never imagined? In an ancient tale from the state of Jin, a compassionate decision made by a son not only spared a life but also led to an extraordinary act of loyalty that turned the tide of a critical battle. This story reveals how showing compassion and staying true to your principles can bring about incredible rewards and lasting bonds. Curious to find out how? Let's dive into this fascinating story of kindness and loyalty. During the spring and autumn period in the state of Jin, there was a respected man named Wei Wuzi. He had a favored concubine who was unable to bear him a son. When Wei Wuzi fell ill and felt his end was near, he entrusted all his affairs to his son Wei Kuo, telling him, "After I die, let her be buried with me." After Wei Wuzi passed away, Wei Kuo did not follow through with the burial request for the still living girl. Instead, he arranged a new marriage for her. Later, in a critical battle against the army of the state of Qin led by the famous general THUYE, when Wei Kuo was nearly overwhelmed, an old man suddenly appeared in front of the troops and captured THUYE, leading to Jin's victory. That night, Wei Kuo dreamed of the old man who said, "General, do you remember saving a girl's life? I am her father, and I came here to repay your kindness." Conclusion. The story of Wei Wuzi, his son Wei Kuo, and the grateful old man teaches us valuable lessons about the power of kindness and loyalty. When Wei Wuzi was on his deathbed, he made a request to bury his concubine with him. However, his son, Wei Kuo, chose a different path. Instead of following his father's wishes, he spared the concubine's life and arranged a new marriage for her. This decision, rooted in compassion and kindness, turned out to be a pivotal moment in Wei Kuo's life. In a critical battle against the state of Qin, Wei Kuo found himself and his troops on the brink of defeat. Just when all hope seemed lost, an old man appeared, capturing the enemy general and leading Jin to victory. That night, the old man appeared in Wei Kuo's dream, revealing himself as the father of the concubine Wei Kuo had saved. This act of kindness was not forgotten, and it was repaid in a moment of dire need. This story underscores the timeless value of kindness and loyalty. Wei Kuo's compassionate act did not just save a life, it created a bond that transcended time and circumstances. The old man's loyalty and gratitude remind us that our actions, especially those motivated by kindness, can have far-reaching and unforeseen consequences. In today's fast-paced world, it can be easy to overlook the importance of kindness and loyalty. However, this ancient tale serves as a powerful reminder that these values are not just moral ideals but practical principles that can lead to extraordinary outcomes. By showing compassion and staying true to our principles, we can build lasting bonds and open the door to unexpected rewards. The story of Wei Wuzi and Wei Kuo encourages us to reflect on our own actions. Are we making choices that reflect kindness and loyalty? How might our actions today shape our future in ways we cannot yet see? By embracing these values, we can create a ripple effect that touches lives in meaningful and lasting ways. 5. The power of self-awareness. How one wise advisor prevented a war. Have you ever made a decision in the heat of the moment that you later regretted? Imagine if that decision had the potential to start a war. In a time of chaos and conflict, one wise advisor's unexpected insight changed the course of history. Discover how a simple act of self-awareness and humility saved countless lives and turned a potential disaster into an opportunity for compassion. This is a story that shows the incredible power of looking within before judging others. When people are angry, outraged, or craving something, they often can't control themselves. They know it's wrong, but they do it anyway. Who understands this principle and who knowingly violates it? If one can calm down at this moment, identify the core issues and the mistakes made, a sudden realization can change one's thoughts. Then, even the most evil deeds can turn into acts of kindness and compassion. During the Warring States period, King Zhao of Chu planned to invade Vietnam. A senior official named Du Tu advised him, "What has Vietnam done to offend you?" King Zhao replied, "Vietnam's politics are chaotic and its military is weak. This is a good opportunity to attack." Du Tu responded, "I worry about the consequences of this action. A person's knowledge is like their eyes. They can see things 100 steps away, but fail to see their own eyelashes. Your army was heavily defeated in the states of Qin and Jin, losing hundreds of miles of land, showing your military weakness. Your inability to quickly suppress the rebellion in your own country shows political chaos. To think of attacking Vietnam with these issues is to see the faults in others and not your own." Persuaded by Du Tu, King Zhao decided against attacking Vietnam. Du Tu's words were like a splash of cold water that woke the king up and saved many lives from potential disaster. Conclusion: the story of King Zhao and his advisor Du Tu from the Warring States period offers timeless lessons about self-awareness and humility. In moments of intense emotion, whether it's anger, outrage, or desire, it's easy to lose control and make decisions that we later regret. King Zhao's initial plan to invade Vietnam was driven by a sense of opportunity, seeing Vietnam's weaknesses and thinking it was the perfect time to strike. However, Du Tu's wise counsel reminded him to reflect on his own kingdom's issues first. Du Tu's message was simple yet profound. Before judging others or taking drastic actions, we must first look at ourselves. King Zhao's kingdom, Chu, was also suffering from political chaos and military weakness, much like Vietnam. By pointing out these similarities, Du Tu helped the king realize that attacking another nation wouldn't solve their problems but would likely exacerbate them. This moment of self-reflection and acknowledgement of their own faults prevented a potentially devastating war. The story reminds us that self-awareness is crucial in making wise decisions. By taking a step back and evaluating our own situation, we can often see that our initial impulses might not be the best course of action. It also highlights the importance of humility in leadership. Great leaders are those who can recognize their own shortcomings and address them before pointing fingers at others. In our daily lives, whether we're making decisions at work, handling conflicts in our personal relationships, or dealing with our own emotions, the principles from this story apply. Taking a moment to reflect, identify our own mistakes, and approach situations with a calm and humble mindset can transform potential conflicts into opportunities for growth and understanding. In the end, King Zhao's decision not to invade Vietnam, influenced by Du Tu's wise words, saved countless lives and showcased the power of introspection and compassion. This story serves as a powerful reminder that sometimes the greatest acts of kindness and wisdom come from looking within ourselves first. 6. The true measure of strength, willpower, and integrity. Have you ever wondered what truly makes a person strong? Is it their ability to resist temptations or their knack for gaining wealth and power? In this intriguing tale from the Warring States period, we meet Tao Shang, a man who boasts of his newfound riches and status. But when confronted by the wise Zhuangzi, Tao Shang must face a harsh reality about the true cost of his success. Join us as we explore the fascinating dynamics of willpower, intelligence, and integrity, and discover what it really means to be strong. Some people believe that without strong willpower, it is impossible to overcome the constant demands of self-interest and the need to restrain desires. Others think that while they recognize the dangers of greed, they can't resist its temptations. In reality, intelligence is a gem that lights up the hiding places of evil spirits, and strong will is a sharp sword that eliminates these spirits. Therefore, to control one's desires, one must have either intelligence or willpower. During the Warring States period, there was a man from the state of Song named Tao Shang. He once received a royal command to go on a mission to the state of Qin and was appointed as Ta Lin Xing. He was also gifted several chariots. The king of Qin welcomed him warmly and gave him hundreds of chariots. Upon returning to Song, Tao Shang met Zhuangzi and boasted, "Back then, living in poverty at the market, dragging through days in despair, that was my weakness. But this year, just by using my tongue to persuade, I got hundreds of chariots. That's my strength." Zhuangzi mocked him, saying, "I heard the king of Qin was ill, and the doctors who treat the most disgusting diseases get the most rewards, like 1 chariot for draining a sore, 5 for licking a hemorrhoid. It seems you must have done the latter to receive so many chariots. Better move along." Conclusion. The story of Tao Shang and Zhuangzi offers a profound lesson on the true meaning of strength and success. In today's world, it's easy to equate success with material wealth, power, and status. Tao Shang's initial pride in his accomplishments reflects this common belief. He sees his ability to persuade and gain hundreds of chariots as a testament to his strength. However, Zhuangzi's sharp and mocking response challenges this notion, revealing a deeper truth. Zhuangzi's words remind us that the means by which we achieve success are just as important as the success itself. Tao Shang's boastful pride is dismantled when Zhuangzi compares his accomplishments to those of doctors who treat the most degrading illnesses for rewards. This comparison forces us to question the ethical compromises we might make in our own lives for the sake of material gain. Are we willing to sacrifice our integrity, self-respect, and values just to climb the ladder of success? The story highlights the importance of willpower and intelligence in guiding our actions. Willpower helps us resist the temptations of greed and self-interest, while intelligence allows us to see the hidden dangers and moral pitfalls along our path. Together, these qualities form a powerful defense against the corrupting influence of unchecked desires. They teach us to value our inner strength and moral compass over external rewards. In a culture that often glorifies wealth and power, this tale encourages us to reflect on what we truly value. It prompts us to consider whether our pursuits align with our principles and whether we are truly proud of the way we achieve our goals. Ultimately, the story of Tao Shang and Zhuangzi urges us to redefine our understanding of strength and success. It challenges us to seek a life of integrity and purpose, where our actions are guided by both willpower and wisdom. By doing so, we can achieve a deeper, more meaningful form of success that transcends mere material gain. If you find these stories inspiring and they motivate you to take action, please comment 9. If not, comment 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time. 7. The hidden beauty of life's persistence and the power of inspiration. Have you ever felt a sudden burst of inspiration from the simplest sounds or sights in nature? Imagine the chirping of birds breaking a profound silence, or a single flower blooming amidst withered grass. These moments remind us that life never truly fades away but continues to grow and flourish. In this captivating story from ancient China, discover how the encounter between a brilliant poet and a talented magistrate, brought together by their love of poetry and the beauty of nature, reveals the enduring essence of life and the deep respect born from shared inspiration. When everything is silent and still, the sound of birds chirping can stir up feelings of inspiration. Likewise, when flowers and grass have withered and dried up, spotting a single flower blooming powerfully can move the soul and awaken boundless vitality. It's evident that the essence of all things does not completely fade away. Life always persists, continually growing and blossoming. Yan Zhu, a famous poet from the Northern Song dynasty, was very intelligent and loved learning from a young age. When he was young, the emperor appointed him as a scholar. Once, while serving as an official on his way to Hangzhou, he passed through HUANGYANG and stopped at the Daiming Temple. There, he saw a poem written on the wall that he thought was exceptionally good. Someone told him, "This is a poem by the magistrate Wang Qi." Yan Zhu then invited Wang Qi to dine with him, and after their meal they took a walk by the lake. It was late spring, and many flowers were falling on the lake's surface. Touched by the beautiful scene, Yan Zhu spontaneously composed a line of poetry. "How can the flowers not fall?" Wang Qi responded with a verse, "As if they know each other, the swallows return." Yan Zhu praised this line highly, which made him respect Wang Qi even more. Conclusion: the story of Yan Zhu and Wang Qi offers profound insights into the enduring nature of life and the power of mutual respect and inspiration. Yan Zhu, a young scholar with a love for learning, encounters a poem that deeply moves him. This poem, written by Wang Qi, sparks a desire in Yan Zhu to meet its author. Their meeting is not just a casual encounter, but a meaningful connection grounded in their shared appreciation for beauty and art. As they walk by the lake, surrounded by the natural beauty of late spring, Yan Zhu's spontaneous poetic line, "How can the flowers not fall?" and Wang Qi's response, "As if they know each other, the swallows return," showcase the magic of inspiration. This exchange between them is more than a mere interaction. It's a dance of words that elevates their mutual respect and admiration. Yan Zhu's praise for Wang Qi's verse is not just a compliment but a recognition of the talent and depth of Wang Qi's soul. This story reminds us that inspiration can come from the simplest of places: a quiet moment, a fallen flower, or a line of poetry. It teaches us that life, even in its quietest or most seemingly desolate moments, holds the potential for growth and beauty. The essence of all things, as the story suggests, never completely fades away. Instead, it persists, grows, and blossoms, often in the most unexpected ways. Moreover, the story highlights the importance of intellectual and artistic exchanges. These interactions can lead to deep connections and mutual respect, as seen between Yan Zhu and Wang Qi. In our fast-paced modern world, taking the time to appreciate the beauty around us and respecting the talents and contributions of others can lead to profound and enriching experiences. Ultimately, this tale from the Northern Song dynasty serves as a timeless reminder of the resilience of life and the transformative power of inspiration and respect. Whether through nature, poetry, or personal connections, the beauty of life continues to inspire and uplift us, encouraging us to look deeper and appreciate the subtle wonders around us. 8. From Slave to Prime Minister. The Extraordinary Rise of THUYE. Have you ever wondered how adversity can shape a true leader? Imagine a man who, despite being born a slave, rose to become a powerful prime minister. This is the incredible story of THUYE, a brilliant mind who overcame unimaginable hardships and caught the attention of a wise ruler. Discover how recognizing talent beyond social status can transform not just an individual, but an entire nation. Join us as we delve into this inspiring tale of resilience, intelligence, and the power of inclusivity. Unexpected disasters and dire situations can act as a forge for heroes. If one can endure this toughening process, it can be incredibly beneficial for both health and mind. However, if not, it could cause significant harm. Around 1300 BC in China, there was a man named THUYE. Although he was of low status and a slave, he was naturally intelligent and sharp-witted. Despite his hardships, he gained more knowledge and became even more courageous and clear-headed. Legend has it that one day Wu Din, a new ruler searching for talents among the people, met THUYE. Struck by his extraordinary demeanor, Wu Din struck up a conversation. THUYE engaged him in discussions ranging from ancient to modern times, mixing in humor that greatly impressed Wu Din. Consequently, Wu Din set aside societal prejudices and appointed THUYE as his prime minister, tasking him with supporting the state's political affairs. THUYE introduced several excellent political measures, reducing conflicts among the royal lineage, the state, and slaves. This improved the political landscape, ensured peace and prosperity, and facilitated the completion of many pending projects. Conclusion. THUYE's story is a powerful reminder that true talent and leadership can emerge from the most unexpected places. Despite his status as a slave, THUYE's intelligence and determination allowed him to overcome his circumstances and rise to a position of great influence. His journey wasn't easy, filled with hardships and challenges that tested his resilience. Yet, these very challenges forged him into a stronger, more capable leader. The tale of THUYE and Wu Din also highlights the importance of looking beyond societal norms and prejudices. Wu Din's willingness to recognize and value THUYE's talents, regardless of his social status, brought about significant positive changes for their state. By appointing THUYE as prime minister, Wu Din demonstrated that inclusivity and merit-based recognition can lead to remarkable outcomes. THUYE's innovative political measures helped reduce conflicts, promote peace, and ensure prosperity, showing how one person's contributions can impact an entire nation. This story encourages us to reflect on our own perceptions of talent and potential. How often do we overlook someone's abilities because of their background or status? THUYE's rise to power serves as an inspiration to embrace diversity and give everyone a fair chance to contribute. It reminds us that extraordinary potential can lie hidden in the most unlikely places, waiting to be discovered and nurtured. In today's world, where inclusivity and equal opportunities are still evolving, THUYE's journey is more relevant than ever. His life teaches us that true leadership and innovation come from recognizing and uplifting those with talent, regardless of their origin. As we move forward, let us remember THUYE's story and strive to create a world where everyone has the chance to shine and make a difference. By doing so, we can foster a society that thrives on diversity, resilience, and the unyielding pursuit of excellence. 9. The Secret to a Clear Mind. Lessons from an Ancient Emperor. Ever wonder why some people seem to have a clear, focused mind even in the busiest of times? Discover the surprising secret that helped an ancient emperor find clarity and joy in his daily life. This story reveals two powerful habits that can transform the way you think and live. Curious to learn more? Let's dive in. The quiet hours from midnight to dawn are when people begin to fall deep into sleep. Early in the morning, as everyone wakes up from a long sleep and the world is still not fully awake, that's when we are most clear-minded. If one can use these moments to purify the soul and reflect on one's actions, it becomes clear that our senses, sight, hearing, smell, and taste, are tools that bind our minds, and sexual desires are machines that lead us astray. After the establishment of the Qing dynasty, although many people presented memorials to the King Emperor, none advised him to diligently study. The principles of ruling that governed the times were contained in the 4 books, so Shen Wenkui, a contemporary official, presented a memorial stating, "In the deep quiet of the night and the clear-minded moments of early morning upon awakening are when a person's mind is most lucid. Your Majesty should have someone teach 2 chapters from the 4 books and 1 from the comprehensive mirror daily. Study these methods of governance. Learn from the experiences of cultivating oneself, managing family, governing the country, and pacifying the world as the ancient sages did. By accumulating knowledge daily and applying it personally, Your Majesty will undoubtedly achieve excellent results." After reviewing his memorial, the King Emperor highly praised Shen Wenkui and decided to follow his method, which indeed proved effective. In his spare time from handling state affairs, the emperor would recite the 4 books and comprehensive mirror, calm his senses, reflect on himself, and maintain such a clear mind that he felt joyful and refreshed. Conclusion. The story of the Qing Emperor offers timeless lessons that are highly relevant today. By embracing the quiet hours of the night and the early morning, we can tap into our most lucid and reflective states. These moments provide a unique opportunity to clear our minds, reflect on our actions, and calm our senses. Imagine starting your day with a clear mind and a sense of peace, ready to face any challenge that comes your way. The Emperor's practice of continuous learning and self-improvement is another key takeaway. By dedicating time each day to study and reflect, he was able to govern effectively and maintain a joyful and refreshed mind. This practice is not limited to emperors or ancient times. In our fast-paced modern world, taking time to learn and grow each day can make a significant difference in our personal and professional lives. You don't need to be a ruler to benefit from these practices. Whether you are a student, a professional, or simply someone looking to improve your daily life, the principles of quiet reflection and continuous learning can help you achieve clarity and joy. Try setting aside a few minutes each night and morning to reflect on your day and plan for tomorrow. Use this time to read, learn, and think about ways to improve yourself and your life. Incorporating these simple habits into your daily routine can lead to profound changes. You might find that you are more focused, more at peace, and better equipped to handle the stresses of everyday life. Just as the Qing Emperor discovered, the path to a clear mind and a joyful life starts with taking a moment to pause, reflect, and learn each day. So why not give it a try? The results might surprise you. 10. The Deer, the King, and the Power of Compassion. A tale of reflection and growth. Have you ever wondered how a single act of kindness can change someone's life? Imagine a wise man who released a captured deer, sparking a king's anger. A year later, this same act led to a profound realization and a remarkable change. Join us as we explore the story of King Ming, the compassionate Qin Shi Ba, and discover the powerful lessons of self-reflection and compassion that transformed a kingdom. People who regularly reflect on themselves can turn any situation into an opportunity for clarity and improvement. On the other hand, those who constantly blame others and the world often harm themselves with their negative thoughts. There's a clear difference between the path of righteousness and the origins of evil deeds. During the Warring States period, King Ming of the state of Lu went hunting in the mountains with his entourage, including the wise Qin Shi Ba. During the hunt, King Ming captured a charming young deer and ordered Qin Shi Ba to take it back to the palace first. On the way back, Qin Shi Ba noticed a large deer following them, crying out in distress. Realizing it was the mother of the young deer, Qin Shi Ba, unable to bear separating the family, release the young deer. When King Mang learned about this, he was furious and banished Qin Shi Ba from the palace. A year later, when it was time for King Meng's son to start his education, King Meng wanted to find a good teacher for him. He remembered Qin Shi Ba's compassionate act and felt enlightened. He immediately ordered his men to find Qin Shi Ba and invited him back to the palace to be the teacher of the crown prince. The courtiers didn't understand King Meng's decision and asked, "Qin Shi Ba once released the deer you cherished and you punished him. Why invite him back to teach the crown prince now?" King Meng smiled and said, "Qin Shi Ba is not only knowledgeable but also has a kind heart. He showed compassion even towards a deer, choosing to take the blame himself rather than harm the mother-child relationship of the animals. That's why I am confident in having him as the teacher for the crown prince." Conclusion. The story of King Meng and Qin Shi Ba teaches us profound lessons about the power of self-reflection and compassion. Initially, King Meng's reaction to Qin Shi Ba's decision to release the young deer was driven by anger and misunderstanding. He could only see the loss of the deer he cherished, not the greater act of kindness behind it. However, over time, King Meng reflected on the situation and came to a new understanding. This shift in perspective shows the importance of taking time to reflect on our actions and the actions of others. It highlights how personal growth often comes from revisiting our initial judgments and seeing situations from different angles. Qin Shi Ba's compassion towards the deer and its mother demonstrates how small acts of kindness can have far-reaching impacts. Despite knowing he would face punishment, Qin Shi Ba chose to act with empathy. His decision to prioritize the bond between the mother deer and its young over his safety and standing at the palace revealed his true character. This act did not go unnoticed by King Meng, who eventually realized that someone who could show such deep compassion was exactly the kind of person he wanted to influence his son. This realization underscores the idea that genuine kindness and empathy are powerful and transformative. The conclusion of the story, where King Meng invites Qin Shi Ba back to teach his son, emphasizes that true wisdom comes from recognizing and valuing the right qualities in people. By choosing Qin Shi Ba as the crown prince's teacher, King Meng showed that he valued compassion and moral integrity as essential traits for leadership. This decision not only benefited his son, but also set an example for the entire kingdom about the importance of empathy and understanding. In today's fast-paced world, this ancient story reminds us to take a moment to reflect on our actions and the actions of others. It encourages us to act with compassion, knowing that even small acts of kindness can lead to significant and positive changes. By embracing these principles, we can foster a more empathetic and reflective society.
If you like this video, please comment 1. And if you don't, comment 2. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time.
11. Discovering inner peace. The power of simplicity. Have you ever wondered how some people find peace and happiness in the midst of chaos? The story of Pham Trong. Yem, a humble scholar from the Northern Song dynasty, reveals 2 powerful secrets to achieving tranquility and joy. Join us as we explore how removing negative thoughts can bring clarity and how embracing simplicity can lead to lasting fulfillment. This timeless tale offers valuable lessons that can transform the way you approach life. Clouds pass and the moon shines bright. Dust wiped away reveals a clear mirror. A still water surface naturally becomes calm. A dust-free mirror naturally shines clear. Thus, people do not need to exhaust themselves searching for inner peace. Just remove negative, dark thoughts and naturally, clarity and tranquility will follow. There's no need to strive for happiness. Just distance oneself from sorrow and worry, and joy will naturally appear. Pham Trong Jem, a political and literary figure from the Northern Song dynasty, came from a poor family and couldn't afford schooling. He asked to study under a monk and lived on porridge and wild greens picked from the roadside. The parents of his classmates, empathizing with his plight, gave him meat and wine. When they visited a few days later, they found the meat and wine untouched and smelling. When asked why, Pham Trong Jem said, "It's not that I'm ungrateful for the kindness, but I'm used to eating simple food without feeling miserable. If I start craving these luxuries, how will I continue to endure hardship?" Pham Trong Jem chose to find joy in hardship, which later led to his remarkable career. In conclusion, the story of Pham Trong Jem offers timeless wisdom that remains relevant today. It teaches us two essential lessons about finding peace and happiness. Firstly, inner peace comes not from tirelessly seeking it, but from removing the negative thoughts that cloud our minds. Like a clear mirror that shines once the dust is wiped away, our minds can find clarity and tranquility when freed from worries and dark thoughts. This perspective encourages us to focus on mental and emotional hygiene, rather than chasing elusive happiness. Secondly, Pham Trong Yem's choice to embrace simplicity and endure hardship highlights the value of finding joy in the little things. Despite his challenging circumstances, he chose to live a life of simplicity, content with porridge and wild greens, and declined the luxuries of meat and wine. This decision wasn't about rejecting kindness, but about understanding the importance of maintaining a resilient spirit. By not indulging in temporary comforts, he built a strong foundation for enduring life's hardships without feeling miserable. His story is a powerful reminder that our external circumstances do not define our inner state. Instead, our attitude towards these circumstances shapes our experience. Pham Trong Jem found joy in what many would consider deprivation, proving that happiness is a state of mind rather than a condition of wealth or comfort. In a modern context, this story encourages us to simplify our lives, to focus on what truly matters, and to find contentment in the present moment. It invites us to let go of unnecessary worries and to appreciate the simple joys that life offers. By doing so, we can create a life filled with peace and happiness, regardless of our external conditions. Ultimately, Pham Trong Yem's wisdom teaches us that clarity and joy are not destinations but natural outcomes of a balanced mind and a simple, grateful heart. These lessons are invaluable in our fast-paced, often complicated lives, reminding us that the path to true fulfillment is simpler than we might think. 12. Discover the true path to success and legacy. A lesson from ancient China. Have you ever wondered what it takes to achieve true success and leave a lasting legacy? Is it holding a high official position, gaining fame, or something deeper and more meaningful? The story of Fan Zhong from the Eastern Han Dynasty offers powerful insights that resonate even today. This tale highlights how integrity and ethical standards can bring about greater achievements and respect than mere titles or fame. Join us as we explore the life of Fan Zhong and uncover the timeless principles that define real success and honor. Being honorable and having integrity can lead to greater success than even the highest official positions or more captivating than the famous tale of Snow White. However, without maintaining ethical standards throughout, it all just boils down to shallow personal feelings and a display of low tactics, merely showing off skills. During the Eastern Han Dynasty, there was a man named Fan Zhong, known for his thriftiness, philanthropy, and generosity. Fan Zhong managed his household strictly, ensuring that generations lived harmoniously and everyone worked hard, leading to a well-known, wealthy status. He also often donated money to help the poor and was appointed as a local official to oversee moral education. Embarrassed by a lawsuit between two brothers in his hometown over their inheritance, Huangyang settled the dispute by giving them parts of his own land. He often lent money, and when he was dying, he instructed his son to burn all the debt records. The debtors, feeling ashamed, came forward to repay their debts, but his son, following his father's wishes, firmly refused to accept the repayments. In conclusion, the story of Huangyang provides profound insights into the true essence of success and legacy. It underscores that real success is not measured by titles or fame, but by one's integrity and ethical standards. Huangyang's life exemplifies how living honorably and helping others can lead to lasting respect and admiration. Huangyang's management of his household, his generosity, and his role as a local official reflect his unwavering commitment to ethical principles. By strictly yet fairly managing his family, he ensured harmony and hard work, which brought prosperity across generations. His philanthropy and willingness to give up his land to settle disputes highlight his selflessness and dedication to the well-being of others. The most compelling aspect of Huangyang's story is his decision to burn debt records on his deathbed, instructing his son to refuse any repayment. This act of forgiveness and his son's adherence to his wishes showcase the power of ethical standards over personal gain. It illustrates that true honor comes from prioritizing the greater good over individual benefits. Huangyang's legacy teaches us that maintaining integrity and upholding ethical standards can lead to greater success than any high-ranking position or widespread fame. His story encourages us to focus on doing good and living honorably, as these qualities create a lasting impact and garner genuine respect. In today's fast-paced and competitive world, Huangyang's story serves as a reminder that real success and legacy are built on a foundation of integrity, selflessness, and ethical behavior. By embracing these values, we can achieve a meaningful and enduring legacy that transcends time and resonates with future generations. 13. Unbiased Leadership: The Tale of General Qi Huangyang. Have you ever wondered what it takes to be a truly remarkable leader? In a world where personal grudges and favoritism often cloud our judgment, the story of General Qi Huangyang from ancient China offers a refreshing perspective. This legendary figure demonstrated an unwavering commitment to integrity and merit, choosing to recommend even his enemy for a crucial position. Intrigued? Let's dive into this fascinating tale of unbiased leadership and learn what makes a leader truly exceptional. Those who rise above the ordinary are considered remarkable. However, if someone tries too hard to stand out, they're not remarkable but rather bizarre. A person who avoids wrongdoing is honorable, but if they boast about their purity by completely cutting off from society, they are not noble but extreme. During the spring and autumn period, a renowned general from the state of Jin, General Qi Huangyang, requested to retire in his old age. When the Duke of Jin, Duke Du Kong, asked him to recommend a successor, Qi Huangyang did not hesitate to nominate Jiehu, despite him being his enemy. When questioned by the Duke, Qi explained, "Your Majesty asked me who is capable of handling this important duty, not who my enemies are." After Jiehu's death, the Duke again asked Qi to recommend a capable person. This time, Qi nominated his own son, Qi Ngo. When the Duke pointed out the nominee was his son, Qi replied, "Your Majesty asked me to recommend someone virtuous and capable of big responsibilities, not that I couldn't recommend my own son." Qi Huangyang was praised for selecting capable individuals without bias against enemies or favoritism towards relatives, truly serving his country with integrity. Conclusion: the story of General HUANGYANG from the spring and autumn period teaches us profound lessons about integrity and unbiased leadership. In an era where personal relationships and grudges often dictated decisions, HUANGYANG stood out as a beacon of fairness and virtue. His actions remind us that true leadership transcends personal feelings, focusing instead on what is best for the greater good. By recommending his enemy, Jiahu, for an important position, HUANGYANG showed exceptional dedication to his country. He recognized that the ability to lead effectively was more important than any personal animosity. This decision wasn't easy, but it highlighted his unwavering commitment to putting the state's needs above his own. HUANGYANG's actions illustrate that real leadership involves making tough decisions that benefit the community, even when it means setting aside personal grievances. Moreover, when he recommended his own son, King Go, for a significant role, he again demonstrated his integrity. It wasn't favoritism that drove his recommendation, but a genuine belief in his son's capabilities. HUANGYANG's consistent focus on merit and virtue, whether dealing with an enemy or a family member, underscores a critical aspect of leadership: impartiality. He understood that leadership is about recognizing and nurturing talent, regardless of personal connections. This story is a powerful reminder that the essence of leadership lies in fairness and the pursuit of excellence. HUANGYANG's legacy teaches us that great leaders are those who prioritize the collective good over personal biases. In today's world, where leaders are often scrutinized for their decisions, HUANGYANG's example stands as a timeless lesson. It challenges us to reflect on our own actions and strive for a leadership style that is just, fair, and focused on true merit. Through his story, we learn that integrity and unbiased judgment are the cornerstones of exceptional leadership. 14. The Power of Humility and Keeping Promises. DINGXIU'S inspiring tale. Have you ever wondered what it truly means to be a person of integrity and compassion? Imagine a man who remains humble despite his virtues and stays true to his promises, even when faced with unexpected challenges. Meet DINGXIU, a farmer from the Song dynasty, whose unwavering commitment to honesty and kindness not only shaped his life but also earned him respect and admiration. Join us as we explore his remarkable story and discover the timeless lessons of humility and keeping promises that can inspire us all. A person who embodies virtues and has a valuable character might face ridicule if they boast about their integrity or get criticized if they flaunt their morals and education. Therefore, a true gentleman who has not done anything wrong should not seek fame or recognition. It is most valuable to simply be honest and kind, and to maintain harmony in dealings with others. DINGXIU from the Song dynasty was originally a farmer. His neighbor had a daughter who was betrothed to him. Later, Liu pursued his studies and was away for many years. After his exams, he returned home wanting to honor the marriage commitment with the neighbor's daughter. By then, she was poor, ill, and had poor eyesight. Her family wanted to call off the engagement, but Liu insisted on keeping his promise despite her illness. They married and had a very harmonious life. Later, when Liu committed a minor offense, his superior commended his moral character and excused him from punishment. Conclusion: DINGXIU'S story is a powerful reminder of the timeless values of humility, integrity, and compassion. In a world where boasting about one's virtues and achievements is often celebrated, Liu's life teaches us that true worth comes from quiet dignity and unwavering commitment to doing what is right. By choosing to honor his promise to marry his betrothed, Despite her illness and the pressure to abandon the engagement, Liu exemplifies the profound impact of keeping one's word. This act of loyalty didn't just fulfill a personal commitment, it also demonstrated a deep sense of compassion and respect for another person's dignity. Liu's decision to marry a woman who was no longer seen as desirable by societal standards showed that he valued character and promises over superficial judgments. This kind of integrity is rare and precious, and it resonates deeply because it challenges us to consider how we treat our own commitments and the people around us. Moreover, Liu's life reflects the principle that true virtue does not need to seek recognition. When he committed a minor offense, his superior excused him from punishment, acknowledging his moral character. This incident highlights how genuine integrity and kindness can speak louder than words or public displays of morality. Liu's humility and sincerity earned him respect and leniency, proving that actions rooted in true virtue naturally draw positive recognition without the need for self-promotion. Liu DINGXIU'S story encourages us to reflect on our own lives. Are we living with integrity and compassion? Do we honor our commitments even when it's challenging? In a society that often values outward success and recognition, Liu's example reminds us that the most profound impact comes from living quietly and sincerely according to our values. By embracing humility and honoring our promises, we can create harmony in our relationships and leave a lasting legacy of genuine goodness. Liu's story is not just a tale from the past, it's a call to live with a true and noble heart in our everyday lives. If you find these stories inspiring and they motivate you to take action, please comment 9. If not, comment 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time. 15. The Power of Tolerance and Duty, a Tale of Lasting Friendship. Have you ever wondered how true friendships stand the test of time? What if being too critical could cost you valuable relationships? Dive into the ancient story of Guanzhong and Bao Shuya, two friends whose bond offers timeless lessons on tolerance and the importance of putting public duty above personal feelings. This fascinating tale from Chinese history will make you rethink how you approach friendships and responsibilities in your own life. When dealing with people, one should not be too strict. Embrace even the bad, oppressive, and humiliating things. Living alongside others requires tolerance and acceptance of both the virtuous and the wicked, the wise and the foolish. The strong and lasting friendship between Guanzhong and Bao Shuya has become a beautiful story passed down through generations in Chinese history. As Guanzhong was nearing death, Duke Huan of Qi asked him who could succeed him as the prime minister. Guanzhong did not recommend Bao Shuya, saying, "Bao Shuya is kind and moral, but he is too harsh on evil, viewing it as his enemy. A man too critical has no friends, just as water too clear has no fish. Therefore, he is not suitable for the role of prime minister." Later, some deceitful people relayed this story to Bao Shuya, intending to drive a wedge between the two men. Unexpectedly, Bao Shuya responded, "Guanzhong is absolutely right. He put public duties over personal feelings, which is why I recommended him. If I were prime minister, I would first eliminate all you deceitful people." Embarrassed by this, the deceitful people left in shame. Conclusion. The story of Guanzhong and Bao Shuya is more than just a tale from ancient Chinese history. It's a timeless lesson on friendship, tolerance, and duty that still resonates today. Their story teaches us that true friendship endures not only through shared virtues, but also through the acceptance of each other's flaws. Bao Shuya's response to Guanzhong's honest assessment shows a profound understanding of their friendship and the importance of public duty over personal feelings. Guanzhong recognized that Bao Shuya's strict nature, while morally commendable, was not suitable for the delicate role of a prime minister. His decision to recommend someone else for the position was not a betrayal, but a demonstration of his commitment to the greater good. This decision underscores a key lesson. In leadership and in life, sometimes difficult choices must be made for the benefit of all, even if they seem harsh or unfair to those we care about. Bao Shuya's reaction further illustrates the strength of their bond. Instead of feeling betrayed, he acknowledged the wisdom in Guanzhong's decision, reinforcing his respect for his friend's judgment. This level of mutual understanding and respect is a rare quality in friendships and highlights the importance of seeing beyond personal grievances to recognize the bigger picture. Moreover, the story reminds us that tolerance is essential in all relationships. Living alongside others requires us to embrace both the virtuous and the flawed, the wise and the foolish. Being overly critical can lead to isolation, just as water that is too clear has no fish. This analogy beautifully captures the essence of balanced human interactions. In a world where quick judgments and harsh criticisms are common, the story of Guanzhong and Bao Shuya encourages us to foster tolerance and prioritize the greater good. It's a powerful reminder that true friendship and effective leadership both rely on understanding, acceptance, and a commitment to the collective well-being. 16. Discover the power of balance and kindness, an inspiring tale from ancient China. Have you ever wondered how balance and kindness can lead to success and admiration? Imagine a story where lush greenery thrives in winding valleys and patience wins hearts. Dive into the inspiring tale of Liu Quan, a humble minister from the Eastern Han Dynasty, whose calm and compassionate nature teaches us timeless lessons on leadership and living a harmonious life. Stay with us to uncover the wisdom behind his extraordinary patience and the secret to true prosperity. High and rugged mountains don't support the growth of trees, whereas in winding, twisting valleys, lush greenery flourishes. In fast-flowing rivers, fish don't thrive, but in calm, still waters, fish and shrimp prosper abundantly. Overly sanctimonious behavior and extreme bias are things that a virtuous person should avoid displaying. Liu Quan, a famous minister during the Eastern Han Dynasty, was a very humble and gentle man, known for treating others with great tolerance and generosity. His wife, fully aware of his virtues, often sought opportunities to provoke him to anger, just to test the extent of his kindness. One day, Liu Quan was in a hurry to meet the emperor and had dressed in his clean official robes. His wife suggested he have a bowl of soup before leaving and instructed the servants accordingly. As a servant handed him the soup, they accidentally spilled it all over his clothes. Liu Quan remained calm and simply asked, "Did the soup burn your hand?" His wife, seeing that he was not angered, deeply admired his patience and generosity. Conclusion: Liu Quan's story from the Eastern Han Dynasty offers timeless wisdom relevant to our modern lives. His unwavering calmness and empathy, even in challenging situations, teach us that true strength lies not in power or authority but in kindness and understanding. This lesson is especially significant today, where stress and conflict often seem unavoidable. The first important message from the story is the value of balance and moderation. Just as lush greenery thrives in winding valleys and fish flourish in calm waters, a balanced approach in life brings about prosperity and harmony. Extremes, whether in nature or behavior, tend to be destructive or unproductive. By avoiding overly righteous behavior and extreme biases, we can foster better relationships and a more peaceful environment. The second message focuses on the qualities of effective leadership. Liu Quan's patience and generosity, even when provoked, highlight the importance of empathy and composure. His reaction to the spilled soup, where he showed concern for the servant's well-being instead of his own inconvenience, sets a powerful example. It reminds us that true leadership is not about instilling fear or asserting dominance, but about earning respect through kindness and understanding. These lessons from Liu Quan's life are particularly relevant in our fast-paced, high-pressure world. By practicing balance, we can avoid the pitfalls of extreme behaviors and create a more harmonious life. By embracing patience and kindness, we can become better leaders, friends, and family members. Liu Quan's story encourages us to look beyond immediate frustrations and consider the long-term impact of our actions on those around us. In conclusion, the story of Liu Quan reminds us that prosperity and respect come from a balanced, kind approach to life. His example teaches us that the most effective way to lead and live is through patience, empathy, and understanding, principles that can transform our interactions and relationships for the better. 17. The Strength of Integrity, a Tale of True Leadership. Have you ever wondered what it truly means to stand by your principles, even when it might be easier to take the convenient route? Join us as we delve into the story of Ji Hu, a prince from ancient China whose unwavering integrity and wisdom in leadership offer timeless lessons. Discover how he faced challenges with courage, rejected powerful alliances, and led his people to victory, all while staying true to his values. This captivating tale will leave you inspired to embrace the power of integrity and wise leadership in your own life. A true gentleman, skilled and virtuous, remains calm even in tough situations and stays alert during times of joy. He is not intimidated by those in power or those who are arrogant, and he shows empathy towards the elderly who are no longer strong. During the spring and autumn period, the state of Zheng was weak. At that time, there was a prince named Ji Hu, the eldest son of Duke Zheng of Zheng. When Duke Zheng and Duke Huan of Qi met at the Stone Gate, Duke Huan saw Ji Hu and wanted to become his ally by offering his daughter in marriage. But Ji Hu declined, saying, "Qi is a great state. Zheng is small. I dare not reach too high." Duke Zheng advised, "If you marry into Qi, we can rely on them in the future." But Ji Hu replied, "How can a man who is untroubled in adversity and cautious in peace rely on marriage for support?" Duke Zheng praised his son's principles and no longer pressured him. Later, when the northern tribes invaded Qi, Duke Zheng sent Ji Hu with troops to help. Ji Hu cleverly strategized and bravely fought, repelling the invaders. Duke Huan of Qi was very pleased and again proposed the marriage at a celebratory feast, but Ji Hu declined once more. His chief general advised accepting the marriage to secure his position as heir, but Ji Hu stood firm in his refusal. Conclusion: the lasting impact of integrity and wisdom. The story of Ji Hu is a powerful reminder that true leadership is rooted in integrity and wisdom. In a time where it might have been tempting to secure his position and his state's future through an advantageous marriage, Ji Hu chose a different path. He understood that relying on such alliances could compromise his principles and the long-term stability of his people. By refusing Duke Huan's offer, Ji Hu demonstrated a deep commitment to his values, proving that true strength comes from within. Ji Hu's actions also highlight the importance of self-reliance and strategic thinking. When the northern tribes invaded Qi, Ji Hu didn't wait for help. Instead, he took decisive action. His clever strategies and bravery in battle not only repelled the invaders but also earned the respect of Duke Huan. This respect, however, didn't sway Ji Hu from his principles. Even at a celebratory feast, he declined the marriage proposal once more, showing that his convictions were not for sale. JIHU's story teaches us that true leadership isn't about seeking easy solutions or external validations. It's about having the courage to stand by your principles, even when faced with pressure and temptation. His unwavering integrity and wise leadership ensured the stability and respect of his state, setting an example for future generations. In today's fast-paced and often ethically challenging world, JIHU's story is more relevant than ever. It reminds us that while it might be easier to take shortcuts or make compromises, lasting success and respect come from staying true to our values. As we navigate our own lives and leadership roles, we can draw inspiration from JIHU's legacy. By prioritizing integrity and wisdom, we can build a foundation of trust and respect that will endure, just as JIHU did centuries ago. So, as you reflect on this tale, consider how you can apply its lessons in your own life. Embrace the power of integrity and wisdom, and you'll find that true strength and leadership come from within. 18. The fine line between triumph and downfall. Have you ever wondered when to stop pushing for more, even when you're on top of the world? There's a fascinating story from ancient China that reveals a crucial lesson about the dangers of overextension and the importance of knowing when enough is enough. This tale of a great general's rise and near fall might just change how you view success and ambition. Let's dive into this intriguing piece of history and discover its timeless wisdom. When human power reaches its peak, it's like water about to spill over from a full vessel. At this point, one must avoid adding even a single drop more. In a critical situation, like a tree on the verge of being completely chopped down, one must avoid adding any more force. During the Warring States period, the great general of the state of Chu, Zhao Yang, led his troops to attack the state of Wei. He killed the Wei general, destroyed the enemy's army, and conquered 8 fortresses. Then he moved his army to attack the state of Qi. Tian Shan, serving as an envoy of the king of Qi, met Zhao Yang to congratulate him on his victories and asked, "What rank or reward can be given for defeating an enemy and killing their general?" Zhao Yang replied, "An official is a pillar, a title is a holder of the nation's honor." Tian Shan further inquired, "Is there any position higher than this?" Zhao Yang answered, "Only the position of a governor." Tian Shan said, "Indeed, a governor is a prestigious and honorable position, but the king of Chu cannot appoint 2 governors. Today, General, you have assisted the king of Chu in defeating Wei, destroying their army and capturing their fortresses, and you plan to attack Qi, which frightens the people of Qi. With these achievements, you have already made a name for yourself, and your position cannot be elevated further. Thus, if the attack on Qi fails, it would be a case of not knowing when to stop, which could lead to your downfall, because historically, too much fullness leads to overflow and too much rigidity leads to breaking." Convinced by these words, Zhao Yang decided to withdraw his troops and return to his country. Conclusion. The story of Zhao Yang and his decision to withdraw his troops carries a timeless lesson that is still relevant today. When Zhao Yang stood at the pinnacle of his success, having defeated a formidable enemy and conquered numerous fortresses, it would have been easy for him to continue his campaign and seek even greater glory. However, the wisdom shared by Tian Shan served as a crucial reminder of the importance of restraint. In our modern world, the pressure to achieve more, to be better, and to surpass expectations is relentless. Whether in business, personal achievements, or even in our day-to-day lives, we often push ourselves to the limit, driven by the desire for more success, recognition, and rewards. However, just as the story of Zhao Yang illustrates, there is a fine line between triumph and downfall. One of the key takeaways from this story is the idea that knowing when to stop is as important as knowing when to push forward. It's a lesson in humility and self-awareness. Success should not blind us to the risks of overreaching. When we achieve great things, it's natural to want to keep going, but there comes a point where additional efforts may lead to diminishing returns or even disaster. This story encourages us to reflect on our own lives and recognize the signs of fullness, moments when continuing to add more could lead to an overflow. Moreover, this story emphasizes the dangers of overextension. Pushing beyond our limits, especially after significant achievements, can lead to burnout, failure, or even a loss of everything we've worked hard to build. Zhao Yang's choice to heed the advice and retreat illustrates the strength and wisdom in restraint. In conclusion, the tale of Zhao Yang teaches us that true wisdom lies not just in the pursuit of success, but in the ability to recognize when we've reached our peak and to step back before it's too late. By applying this lesson in our own lives, we can achieve a balanced and sustainable form of success, avoiding the pitfalls of excess and overextension.
If you like this video, please comment 1. And if you don't, comment 2. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time.
19. The Power of Forgiveness and Self-Improvement. An ancient tale. Have you ever wondered how acts of kindness and self-discipline can shape our lives and the lives of those around us? In an intriguing story from ancient China, Duke Mu of Qin demonstrates the profound impact of forgiveness and personal growth. Read on to discover how a simple act of compassion led to an unexpected and heroic turn of events, proving that kindness and self-improvement can lead to remarkable outcomes. When dealing with others, it's important to be forgiving and overlook their mistakes, seeing them as minor. This helps us live peacefully. However, we should be strict with ourselves. Even if we don't make big mistakes, we can always find areas to improve, which helps us grow morally. During the spring and autumn period in ancient China, Duke Mu of Qin was traveling when his chariot broke down and one of his horses ran away. He followed it to the south of Mount Qi, where he found a group of people cooking the horse for a meal. Duke Mu kindly asked them, "Why eat this fine horse's meat without any wine? I'm worried it might affect your health." He then advised each person to drink some wine before he left. A year later, Duke Mu and Duke Hui of Jin fought a battle at the land of Han. Jin's forces surrounded Duke Mu, but a doctor from Jin quickly secured Duke Mu's horse. Just as Duke Mu was about to be captured, more than 300 people who had eaten his horse's meat courageously fought beside his chariot against Jin's army, ultimately defeating them and capturing Duke Hui of Jin. Conclusion. The story of Duke Mu of Qin teaches us two vital lessons that are incredibly relevant even in today's world. Firstly, it shows the power of forgiveness and kindness towards others. When Duke Mu found his horse being cooked by strangers, he didn't respond with anger or punishment. Instead, he offered them wine and friendly advice, turning a potentially hostile encounter into an opportunity for connection. This act of generosity didn't just end there. It had a ripple effect that came back to benefit him in a surprising way. The very people who ate his horse's meat later risked their lives to save him during a battle. This underscores the idea that kindness can create strong, unexpected alliances and help us in times of need. Secondly, the story highlights the importance of being strict with ourselves and constantly seeking self-improvement. Duke Mu's ability to maintain his composure and make wise decisions in stressful situations reflects his personal discipline and commitment to growth. By being self-critical and always looking for ways to improve, we can become better individuals, capable of making a significant impact in our lives and the lives of others. This personal growth not only enhances our moral character, but also prepares us to handle challenges more effectively. In our daily lives, we often encounter situations where we must choose between reacting with anger or responding with understanding. DINGXIU'S story reminds us that choosing forgiveness can lead to positive outcomes that we might not foresee. At the same time, it encourages us to continually work on ourselves, recognizing that there is always room for improvement. In essence, the story of DINGXIU of Kin is a timeless reminder that the way we treat others and the effort we put into our own growth can profoundly shape our destiny. By embracing these principles, we can create a more harmonious and fulfilling life, both for ourselves and for those around us. 20. The hidden wisdom in loss and kindness. Have you ever thought that losing something could actually be a gain, or that remembering the kindness of others could change your life? Dive into an ancient tale from the Warring States period that reveals profound lessons about controlling desires and valuing kindness. Discover how a prince's daring actions and a strategist's wise words can teach us timeless truths about living a fulfilling life. Consider loss as gain and restrain your desires. Looking at youthful behaviors through the eyes of the elderly can eliminate the pursuit of fame and fortune. Observing prosperity during decline can break the attachment to seeking luxury and high status. During the Warring States period, the state of Zhao was besieged by the state of Qin. Prince Xin Ling of Wei devised a plan to steal the military talismans of King Wei, leading to the assassination of a Wei general and breaking the siege to protect Zhao. As Zhao prepared to welcome him outside the city, Xin Ling's strategist Duang Shu advised him, "I've heard it said, if others dislike you, you should be aware. If you dislike others, don't let them know. Never forget the kindness others have shown you, and forget the kindness you have shown others." Xin Ling asked, "What do you mean by this?" Duang Shu replied, "The ancients believed that one should regard loss as gain. Although you broke the Qin siege and protected Zhao, you betrayed Wei by stealing the talismans and killing the general. Now that the king of Zhao is coming out to meet you, we should go and hope that he will forget your role in saving Zhao." Xin Ling responded, "I will follow your advice." Conclusion. The story of Prince Xin Ling and his strategist Duang Shu from the Warring States period holds timeless lessons that are still relevant today. By considering loss as a gain and controlling desires, we can shift our perspective on life's challenges and successes. Instead of chasing after fame and fortune, we can find fulfillment in simpler, more meaningful experiences. This mindset helps us avoid the constant dissatisfaction that comes with always wanting more. Moreover, the emphasis on valuing and remembering kindness highlights the importance of gratitude and humility in our relationships. When we are grateful for the kindness others show us, we foster a sense of community and build stronger, more supportive connections. Conversely, forgetting the kindness we have shown others prevents us from becoming boastful or expecting something in return. This approach encourages us to act selflessly and maintain harmony in our interactions. Prince Xin Ling's story also teaches us about the complexities of moral decisions. He had to betray his own state to save another, leading to a moral dilemma. His actions show that sometimes doing the right thing requires difficult choices and personal sacrifices. This reminds us that life is rarely black and white. Often, we must navigate through shades of gray. Duang Shu's advice to Prince Xin Ling about not letting others know if you dislike them and being aware if others dislike you is a lesson in emotional intelligence. It underscores the importance of being mindful of our actions and their impact on others. By being considerate and tactful, we can avoid unnecessary conflicts and build more positive relationships. In conclusion, the wisdom from this ancient story encourages us to rethink our priorities, embrace gratitude, and make thoughtful decisions. By applying these principles in our daily lives, we can cultivate a more content, harmonious, and meaningful existence. The tale of Prince Xin Ling serves as a reminder that true wisdom often lies in seeing beyond the surface and understanding the deeper truths of human experience. 21. Discover the secret to a fulfilling life, a tale of authenticity and letting go. Have you ever wondered how some people manage to live life to the fullest, unaffected by the pressures and expectations of society? Meet Taji Khan, a chief minister from the Southern Dynasty, whose unconventional approach to life reveals powerful lessons in embracing spontaneity and authenticity. Dive into his fascinating story and uncover how letting go of worries can lead to true happiness. Join us as we explore the wisdom of living in the moment and finding joy in simplicity. Life's indifference can foster warmth and change. You don't need to take everything at face value. King Nia once said, "What I said yesterday has become them today. I wonder who I will be tomorrow." Thinking this way helps people let go of their worries and complications. During the Southern Dynasty, Taji Khan, who was appointed as the chief minister in the state of THUYE, had a very easygoing nature. Once, while attending an outdoor feast, his carriage passed by a tavern. He spontaneously jumped off and joined the driver and horse for a drink inside. This unusual scene drew a crowd. People were surprised to see a high official drinking with his driver. However, Taji Khan ignored their reactions and enjoyed his drink as usual. On another occasion at work, he dressed casually in shorts, shirtless, and drank with his students. After getting drunk, he even farted on a nearby soldier, unconcerned about the risk of being dismissed if someone from the court found out. He continued to host guests at his home, enjoying food and drinks to his heart's content. When advised to drink less, he laughed and said, "Life is like a dream. Only wine remains true. How can one drink less?" Conclusion. Taji Khan's story offers us a powerful reminder that living authentically and embracing spontaneity can lead to a richer, more fulfilling life. His carefree attitude and refusal to conform to societal expectations show us that being true to ourselves is more valuable than trying to fit into predetermined roles. Taji Khan's actions, like jumping off his carriage to drink with his driver or hosting casual gatherings at home, may seem unusual, but they highlight the joy that comes from being genuine and spontaneous. This story encourages us to question why we often feel compelled to follow rigid societal norms. Taji Khan's behavior, while unconventional, did not diminish his effectiveness or respect as a chief minister. Instead, it emphasized that leaders and individuals alike can benefit from being more relaxed and true to themselves. It's a lesson that reminds us we don't always need to take life so seriously. There's value in stepping back, enjoying the moment, and connecting with others on a more personal level. King Nia's quote, "What I said yesterday has become them today. I wonder who I will be tomorrow," adds another layer to this lesson. It teaches us that life is ever-changing and unpredictable. By accepting this constant change, we can free ourselves from unnecessary worries and complications. This mindset helps us live more in the present, appreciating what we have now rather than being anxious about the future. In today's fast-paced world where we often find ourselves stressed and overwhelmed, Taji Khan's story is a refreshing reminder to slow down, let go of our worries, and live authentically. By embracing spontaneity and the inevitable changes of life, we can find true happiness and fulfillment. So, let's take a page from Taji Khan's book and start enjoying the simple, genuine moments that life has to offer. 22. Unseen Forces and Letting Go, a Tale of True Freedom. Have you ever wondered about the invisible forces that shape our lives, or thought about how material possessions can silently hold us back? Dive into a fascinating story of fish, birds, and a brave general who discovered the true meaning of freedom. This tale will make you rethink what supports you and how letting go can lead to inner peace. Join us as we explore these profound lessons and uncover the secrets to a more liberated life. Fish swim freely in water, but they often forget that it's the water that allows them to swim. Birds glide in the wind, yet they fail to realize it's the wind that supports their flight. Understanding this principle helps one break free from the material world and enjoy spontaneous delights. There's a Buddhist story about a great general who fought bravely on the battlefield, never once feeling fear despite numerous life-threatening situations. However, one day, after retiring to his home, he accidentally dropped a valuable vase while admiring it. As the expensive vase fell, he panicked and miraculously caught it, sweating profusely. This made him reflect that although death never scared him, the fear of breaking a tiny vase shook him deeply. He then smashed the vase and decided to renounce worldly life and become a monk. This story illustrates a Buddhist idea that only when one reaches a state of selflessness can one be free from emotional torment and gradually eliminate desires, achieving peace of mind. Conclusion. In reflecting on these stories, we uncover deep insights that resonate with our own lives. The fish swimming freely in water and birds gliding in the wind remind us of the often unnoticed supports that allow us to thrive. Just as fish and birds may forget the water and wind, we too can overlook the crucial elements that support our existence. This awareness encourages us to appreciate and acknowledge these unseen forces, fostering a deeper gratitude for the foundation they provide. The general's journey from a fearless warrior to a monk further enriches our understanding of true freedom. Despite facing countless dangers on the battlefield without fear, his panic over a falling vase revealed an unexpected vulnerability. This moment of realization was pivotal. It showed that even the bravest among us can be bound by material attachments. The general's decision to smash the vase and embrace a monastic life symbolizes a powerful act of liberation. By letting go of his attachment to material possessions, he found a path to inner peace and freedom from emotional turmoil. These lessons are not just for monks or spiritual seekers, but for all of us. They invite us to examine our own lives and consider what invisible supports we rely on and what attachments may be holding us back. Recognizing the supports can lead to a greater sense of gratitude and interconnectedness. Meanwhile, identifying and releasing our attachments can free us from unnecessary stress and pave the way to a more peaceful and fulfilling life. In today's fast-paced world, these timeless messages offer valuable guidance. They remind us that true freedom and peace of mind come not from external achievements or possessions, but from a deep understanding and appreciation of the supports around us and the courage to let go of what we do not need. By embracing these principles, we can navigate life with greater ease and joy, finding true liberation within ourselves. If you find these stories inspiring and they motivate you to take action, please comment 9. If not, comment 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time. 23. Discover the universal language of compassion. Have you ever wondered what truly connects us as humans? Is it possible that, despite our different backgrounds and lifestyles, we share a common thread of compassion? Dive into the story of Huangyang, a writer from ancient China, and his unique friendship with a mute hermit. Through their tale, you'll uncover how genuine feelings of compassion and sincerity transcend social status and personal desires. This story will make you question how often we let our own emotions get in the way of seeing the true kindness in others. Join us to explore this heartwarming lesson on human connection. Everyone has the capacity for great compassion, and there's no real difference between a hermit and a butcher. Between rich and poor households, the genuine feelings are the same everywhere. The only difference lies in how desires and personal feelings often overshadow our compassion and sincerity. What seems like a small gap is, in reality, a vast distance. Vuong Tich, a writer from the Sui and Tang dynasties, was known for his broad-minded personality and dislike for formalities. He once served as a district official in Luk Hop, but was dismissed because he preferred drinking over working. He lamented, "Everywhere feels confining, better to find peace at home." He then returned to his native HARDSHIP, where he had 16 small fields, a few servants, and his family. They grew rice, brewed their own liquor, raised livestock, and harvested herbs, living self-sufficiently. During this time, he met Vu Quang, a mute hermit who had been living alone in northern HaChu for over 30 years. Vu Quang was completely self-reliant. Vuong Tich admired Vu Quang's sincerity so much that he moved in with him. Despite Vu Quang's inability to speak, the two shared a deep connection and enjoyed each other's company in silence. Vuong Tich would say, "I understand all of Vu Quang's thoughts, so does it really matter that he can't speak?" People often let their desires and personal feelings get in the way, which is why they fail to see the true sincerity of others like Vu Quang. Conclusion: the story of Wang Ji and the mute hermit Vu Quang offers a timeless lesson on the power of compassion and sincerity. Despite their vastly different lives, Wang Ji being a former district official turned recluse, and Vu Quang living in silence for over 30 years, their connection was profound. This tale reminds us that compassion is a universal trait that transcends social status, occupation, and even the ability to speak. Wang Ji's admiration for Vu Quang's sincerity shows us that genuine feelings don't need words to be understood. Their silent companionship highlights how true understanding comes from the heart, not just from spoken language. This story encourages us to look beyond the surface and see the essence of those around us. It's a call to appreciate the quiet, sincere moments that define real human connections. Moreover, the story sheds light on how our personal desires and emotions often obscure our ability to see and appreciate the sincerity in others. Wang Ji's observation that people let their desires get in the way serves as a powerful reminder. In our daily lives, we often rush and overlook the simple, genuine gestures of kindness from others. By being more mindful and setting aside our distractions, we can open ourselves to deeper connections and more meaningful relationships. In essence, Wang Ji and Vu Quang's friendship is a beautiful example of how stripping away the noise of desires and societal expectations can reveal the true nature of human compassion. Their story invites us to reflect on our own lives and consider how we can foster sincerity and compassion in our interactions. As we navigate our complex world, let's remember this simple yet profound lesson. Compassion is everywhere, if only we take the time to see it. By doing so, we can bridge the gaps that often seem insurmountable and connect with others on a more authentic level. 24. The silent strength of humility and wisdom. Have you ever wondered why some of the greatest leaders are the quietest about their achievements? Discover the story of Feng Dao Khan, a general from ancient China, whose humility and wisdom earned him the deepest respect. While others boasted of their victories, Feng Dao Khan's silence spoke volumes about his true character. Join us as we explore how his story reveals the power of humility and the importance of knowledge in shaping superior conduct. A person's morality depends on their development of virtue and talent, which in turn is nurtured by knowledge, leading to broad-mindedness. Therefore, to perfect one's morality, one must cultivate a broad-minded virtue and talent, and to achieve that, one must enrich their own knowledge. A general from the southern dynasty of Liang, Phung Dao Khan, was a man of humble and kind nature, respected for his abilities and greater knowledge. Everyone praised him for his virtues. After battles, while other generals would boast of their achievements to Emperor Xiaoyan of Liang, Phung Dao Khan remained silent, earning some the label of a fool, though he just smiled at such comments. On one occasion, Emperor Xiaoyan pointed out to Minister Shen Yue, "Feng has never boasted about his accomplishments not because they are lesser, but because his superior knowledge and virtue make him act differently." Shen Yue responded, "He is truly His Majesty's great general." This mirrors the story of Feng Di from the Eastern Han, who, while others discussed their deeds, sat quietly under a large tree, earning the nickname Great Tree General among the troops. Conclusion. Phung Dao Khan's story teaches us valuable lessons about humility and wisdom that remain relevant today. In a world where self-promotion often takes center stage, his example reminds us that true greatness does not need to be loudly proclaimed. Phung Dao Khan's humble nature and refusal to boast about his achievements demonstrate that actions speak louder than words. This timeless lesson encourages us to let our deeds define our character rather than seeking validation through verbal recognition. Moreover, Phung Dao Khan's superior knowledge and wisdom guided his behavior, setting him apart from his peers. He understood that true virtue and talent are nurtured by a commitment to continuous learning and self-improvement. In today's fast-paced world where information is readily available, the pursuit of knowledge remains a cornerstone of personal growth and moral development. By enriching our minds, we can cultivate a broader and more enlightened perspective, just as Phung Dao Khan did. The story also underscores the respect that humility and wisdom can garner. While some may have labeled Phung Dao Khan a fool for his silence, those with deeper insight recognized his true worth. Emperor Xiaoyan and Minister Shen Yue acknowledged that Phung Dao Khan's actions stemmed from a place of superior knowledge and virtue. This recognition highlights the importance of looking beyond surface appearances and appreciating the deeper qualities that define a person's character. In conclusion, Phung Dao Khan's legacy serves as a powerful reminder that humility and wisdom are enduring virtues. His story encourages us to embrace a mindset of continuous learning and to value the quiet strength that comes from true knowledge. By following his example, we can cultivate a character that speaks for itself, earning respect and admiration through our actions rather than our words. In doing so, we can navigate life's challenges with grace and integrity, leaving a lasting impact on those around us.
If you like this video, please comment 1. And if you don't, comment 2. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time.